of where they are. And we'll evaluate that. That's what I told the players before the scrimmage. Nobody should have any anxiety. Everybody should go out there and compete, play hard, play with toughness, give effort, finish plays, try to play with discipline. But we're trying to evaluate each and every player as to where you are now and then know exactly what we got to do to try to help you improve and get better. So that should be the mindset of the players. It also should be the mindset of the coaches in terms of, what, we need to do as a staff, and each player individually know what he needs to do so that we have a chance to improve and get more and more players to be able to play winning football. For a first scrimmage, I was sort of pleased with the intensity out there. There's a lot of good hitting, and there was a lot of good things to teach from. We got a lot of young guys playing a lot of positions, so I'm sure this first experience out there is going to help them be able to sort of do exactly what I said, find out where they are, what they have to do, what they need to learn, and how they can go out there and play with more confidence because they have a better understanding of what to do, how to do it, why it's important to do it that way. So for a first scrimmage, we're pretty pleased with it. I thought Bryce, did a pretty good job of managing the game and was accurate with the ball and did a nice job, made a few explosive plays, but I thought really did a good job of managing, the whole situation on offense when he was in there. I think we got a lot of improvement to do, especially with the twos on offense. We got a lot of young guys playing in the offensive line with Emil out, and Evan Neal's the only starter coming back. But I see a lot of good potential that we need to work on and improve. And, we put a lot of stuff in probably for, the first 4 or 5 days, and that's a lot for a young player to digest. So when we eliminate the mental errors, I think we'll see a lot more consistent execution out there on both sides of the ball. The one defense, played fairly well, but, it's hard to tell, how much you're challenged, sometimes when you have a scrimmage. So, I'm sure we have a lot of things that we can improve on. It's certainly our goal to get better on third down, to play better in the red zone. Some of those things we still need to make improvement on defensively.
Okay, with that, we will start with, Michael Casagrande first. Michael, go ahead.
You talked about the quarterbacks. What about the receivers who stood out with the first group of receivers today?
Well, I think we got a lot of guys that are new guys at those positions without, John Mechie playing out there. It's you got really, other than Slade, not a whole lot of experience. So I saw good things from everybody, and I saw some things that we need definitely to improve on. But for me to single out somebody that I thought was outstanding today, I'm not really ready to do that.
Go to Cecil. Cecil?
Coach, anytime you're replacing a quarterback, no matter who it is, and have a new quarterback coming in, are there things, especially in a first scrimmage or an early scrimmage, that you as a coach look for, not so much the plays or the throws, but in terms of leadership, huddle presence, so forth? Are you watching for those things?
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about the fact that there's a technical aspect to playing your position, to being accurate with the ball, throwing it to the right guy, throwing it on time. All those things are important. But your presence out there, especially at the quarterback position, is certainly something that can affect the people around you. And quarterback's a really difficult position to play if the people around you don't play very well. So I think it is really, really important that we develop those things. Now, everybody's got a different personality, so I'm not sure I can sit down and tell a guy exactly how to do that. But a guy needs to know that's really, really important for him to develop that in this spring as well as every other technical aspect of his position.
We'll go to Charlie Potter.
Hey, Coach, you talked about the offensive line and the injuries there. So just what are you looking for from that group, and what did you see from them today?
Well, I think we got a long way to go. We got a lot of young guys. I think they've got a lot of ability. I think their head's swimming probably a little bit right now with a all the different things that they have to learn on offense, but you're also, seeing probably a lot more things than you're used to seeing out of the defense. So, that creates a lot of multiples, for a young guy. So we just want to get those guys to where they have confidence in what they need to do to be able to go out there and execute and do their job on a consistent basis. And we're not there yet, and we're making progress. And I think that every one of those guys will see what they need to improve on, and we'll go to work on it on Monday.
Go to Aaron Suttles.
What does Christian Harris mean to this year's defense, and what areas of improvement, if any, do you expect to see from him this year?
Well, he's got a lot of experience, no doubt, and I think we have a lot more experienced players on defense, which is certainly helpful. But I think as a signal caller on defense, some of the very things that I talked about for the quarterback, when you are pretty much the quarterback, at least to the front seven, and to some degree to all 11 guys in some cases, you need to have a presence as well. Call it what you will. And I think, he's starting to gain confidence in being able to do that. I think that's going to be important for us to grow. But having more experience and having more guys that, know how to do it, know what to do, play the way you want them to play, you have less guys that need to be led. So I also think that's a positive.
Okay, we got time for a couple more. We'll start with Tony.
Do you have an early assessment of JaQuincy McKinstry, and then also just how has the secondary as a whole looked today?
I didn't really hear the question.
Kool-Aid?
Early assessment of JaQuincy, Kool-Aid, and then how the secondary is doing as a whole.
Yeah, Kool-Aid's, making progress. I think, he's showing that he has some ability to contribute to the team. I think that, he has to play with more consistency at his position. He needs to know what to do all the time. He's like all the other young players out there. I think these guys find out that this is not going to be as easy as they thought it was. But I think he's shown a lot of maturity. He has played with toughness. And, I'm not satisfied with where he is, but I'm certainly pleased with the progress he's making. I think, the secondary, the guys that have experience and have played, I think they're, playing pretty well. But we need to find more guys in the secondary that can play winning football.
Okay, and we'll finish up with Marty Smith.
Hey, Coach, happy Easter.
Happy Easter to you.
I'm doing a piece for College Game Day for the Final Four about Jalen Suggs, Gonzaga's point guard. And he was Mr. Football in Minnesota, a really good high school football player. And I know he took a visit down there. I wonder if you remember him as a high school player, and if you do, what your impressions were of him, if you do recall.
Well, I vaguely do recall him as a player, and he was a really good player. He's a really good basketball player, too. So I can't argue with anybody about the choice that he made in terms of, what he's doing with his future and how he's trying to, build a career in athletics at least. So he was a fine young man. He was a good leader. He was a very talented player, and I enjoy watching him play. You always like playing guys you think you know a little bit. So I really enjoy watching him play, and those guys have a good team, no doubt.
All right, Coach. Thank you for your time.
All right. Hey, thank you all, and I do wish everybody a happy holiday, this weekend, and, I hope everybody has an enjoyable time with the holiday this weekend. Thanks so much.
Thanks, guys. Happy Easter.